It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got the Shamrocks veteran linebacker. He was all over the place last week with double-digit tackles and a sack. It's the Shamrocks and the Monarchs, next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us across the Atlantic and along the River Liffey in the wonderful city of Dublin, Ireland. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one between the London Monarchs and the Dublin Shamrocks. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at these Dubliners entering play here. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Londoners, they've had a long few days already as they were in London last week, back in the States, and on the road this week.
And they had some travel troubles coming back from London, but since they came back with a win, they'll put up with those and continue to move forward.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive. It's a quick first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Landry. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Landry. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Here is 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Back to throw. Colbert. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at it, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Up the middle they go. Cox. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Anderson. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
So a change of possession here on the punt. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind. They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Looking to throw. Colbert. Wide open, complete. And what a big-time play there. And even 60 yards.
Boy, of all the guys on the field to lose track of. How do you lose track of him? I think even he was surprised at all the space he had. You just hoping your quarterback sees you in that spot. Fortunately, he did, and it leads to a gigantic play.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a handoff up the middle. Landry, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Colbert. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. Here's a give up the middle. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
To throw on 2nd down. Colbert. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. I'm looking down from our booth. You can tell this crowd wants him to go for it right now.
And believe me, he knows it. And he's weighing that through his head right now. Actually trying to filter that out, because this needs to be a cold decision by him. Not influenced by the crowd. Not influenced.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A fourth rushing touchdown on the year. And the Shamrocks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. An early decision point here, Charles. Maybe one we'll look back on later. They go on 4th and goal, and they punch it in for the touchdown.
We always talk about how football is a game of confidence, and that's how you get it right there. Leave your offense out there and tell them I believe in you. And they pay it off with 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. London about set to take over on offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start this drive out on the ground. The numbers for him from a week ago: 22 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cox. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Now Anderson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Anderson. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. The first carry now. This is Williams. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Off play action. Anderson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Anderson. He finds his man, complete. It's Cox. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the 43-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Cox. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Anderson. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as he's on here to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
The partners are from the defensive back. I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Throwing on first down. Colbert. That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up second down. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So certainly a defensive mistake here in the first quarter, getting hit with a roughing the passer call.
And that hurts not just because of the yardage you gave up and giving them a fresh set of downs, but that brought the home crowd into this one. And when you go on the road, your job is to silence the crowd, not energize them.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Dublin with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. They'll keep it on the ground. Landry, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Colbert. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. And the 10-year vet knocks it toward the goalpost. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Set to return it. Here's Turner. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. London about set to take over on offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Anderson now to throw on second down. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an update anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the second quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows, they're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
He'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. London about set to take over on offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Now Anderson looking to throw on 2nd down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. On 2nd down now, Landry, and he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. This offense so far on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Colbert. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Taken in at the 22. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Anderson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Back to throw. Anderson. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. Looking to throw. Anderson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Anderson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And they'll send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. Landry, agile footwork. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 41 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. On 1st and 10, Colbert. And this one is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 2nd down, Landry. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 11 yards there, 1st down. Off the play fake. Colbert throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Colbert. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. The last series for a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this 1st half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had. Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On third down, Landry, and he's able to get up here to the 26. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. London about set to take over on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again, Anderson. And he comes back with one complete. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Back to throw. Anderson working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Back to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Barker. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Anderson loses the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't it?
It really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Following the fumble recovery, Colbert. Here's Booker on the catch. It's so close, he gets it to the one. Out of bounds right there. 33 yards that time. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. It's the fullback. His second touchdown on the season. And the Shamrocks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 15 now. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. This offense back to work now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. He finds his man, complete. It's Barker. He's got this almost to the 40. Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Gets to the sideline and incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards on the play as they pick up the first. Operating from the gun, Anderson. This one swung out to Williams. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Second and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Looking to throw. Anderson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Leonard. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. On 1st and 10, Anderson. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
And his kick is right there. It's good. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half. Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Off play action. Colbert. That's caught. It's Flowers. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd down. Colbert. And he's got Booker. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and it passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
2nd and 6.
Off the play fake, Anderson. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the London 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. On 2nd down now, it's Watkins. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Back to throw. Colbert. That is caught. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there at 22.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
On first down, Colbert. And he rifles one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Watkins. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a first down. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration.
Touchdown! A great play there. 41 yards. And the Shamrocks take a 3-touchdown lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. London about set to take over on offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. Ooh, the juke. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run it again with Williams. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Out of the pistol, here's Williams. They juked him. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On 2nd down, Williams. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Up the middle they go. It's Watkins, and he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Now a handoff up the middle. Phelps. There's some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Up the middle they go. Watkins. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Watkins, and this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They run the counter. It's Watkins, and not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Now a give right side. Landry, and a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. And that'll keep this a 22-point game. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settled in now 1st and 10. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at their 48-yard line.
Looking to throw. Anderson. He finds his man, complete. It's Barker. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards, a first down. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
Ball start. Offense.
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Operating from the gun, Anderson. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he gets it down to the 32. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 6.
At the 32-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down. They run. It's Williams. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They come up short here on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
They'll start this drive out on the ground to about the 35, 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down, Landry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
Back to throw. Colbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That'll go as a pickup of 8. They'll run on 1st down. Landry. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make...
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And quickly, they get to the line. To throw is Anderson. To throw on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Off play action. Anderson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 92 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Landry. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Call that a gain of 11.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Landry. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Dublin, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for London, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.